Welcome you back to this another session on convolution sum, where we are going to concentrate on evaluating the convolution sum. I have considered here two examples where we are convolving unit step signal with another unit step signal. So, shifted version of unit step signal one and another one is unit step signal, and the other example I considered it as a convolution between a unit step and an exponential function. But both these are infinite duration signals. So, these convolution examples are based on the infinite duration signals. So, let us consider first on the first example where h of n is equal to u of n plus 2 and x of n is equal to u of n. So, if have already studied in how to sketch these unit step functions, that is un, and its shifted version, that is u of n plus 2. So, to obtain yn from this xn and hn, it is very essential first to we should sketch the signal xn and the signal hn. So, what should be the sketch? So, imagine and sketch it. So, you should be in a position to sketch the proper signal, then only you will be able to evaluate the convolution sum. So, sketch is very important from that point of view. So, what is the nature of u of n plus 2, how it exists, what is its left n and what is its right n, and how x of n is equal to u n exists. So, as you know that the unit step function exists from 0 onwards up to infinity with its amplitude is equal to 1. So, let us first sketch xn and then hn, which is a shifted version of un. So, un you have to shift to the which side to obtain u of n plus 2, that is to the right side by an amount of 2. So, this is xn and this is hn, where hn is u of n plus 2, which is shifted by an amount of 2, both amplitude is 1. Now, next step is to evaluate the convolution sum. It is very essential first to see that what should be the existence of my yn after evaluation, how it exists, so that I should start from that value of yn. So, as you've gone through in a previous class the procedure of evaluating the convolution sum, while evaluating the convolution sum, it is essential to reflect the signal hn about the origin, and based on that we have to go on shifting the hn either to the left side or to the right side and then multiply it with xn and add all these samples of the product signal. This is an essential step. So, convolution sum involves the reflect, shift and add procedure, which is to be repeated again and again. So, it is very essential that we should know from which value that we are supposed to start with. So, to start with, what should be the left end of yn? So, for that the left end of xn and the left end of hn is very essential. So, here if you observe, what are that? The left end of xn and the left end of hn here. So, if you observe here, the left end of xn is 0 and the left end of hn is minus 2, whereas if you observe here, the right end of both of these is infinity. So, then the left end of yn is equal to the left end of xn plus the left end of hn, that is minus 2, and the right end of yn is infinity. So, now knowing that the yn exists from minus 2 to infinity, we have to identify its amplitude in this region from minus 2 to infinity. So, for that we have to start with first sketching x of k with respect to k, and then we have to reflect hn about the origin and designate it as h of minus k. And to start with at n is equal to minus 2, this reflected signal h of minus k, to obtain h of minus 2 minus k, we have to shift this towards the left side by an amount of 2. since it is a reflected signal, to obtain h of minus 2 minus k, we have to shift this h of minus k to the left side by the amount of 2. So, to start with, n is equal to minus 2, let us shift left this h of minus k by an amount of 2 and obtain here h of minus 2 minus k. So, h of minus 2 minus k exists from minus infinity to 0. Now, we have to multiply this shifted signal with xk. What is your observation here? If you multiply these two, these two overlap at k is equal to 0 and the product exists for k is equal to 0. Now, observe here, whatever we have identified the left hand of yn is correct or not. For further to obtain yn for n which is less than minus 2, we need to shift left this h of minus 2 minus k further to the left side. So, even by one amount, now if I shift this h of minus 2 minus k to the left side, you will observe that this xk and this h of minus n minus k will not overlap with each other and the product will not exist. So, the product xk and h of n minus k will be equal to 0. So, this product will start existing from n is equal to minus 2. So, we are starting from the value of n is equal to minus 2. For n is equal to minus 2, the product exists for k is equal to 0 to 0. So, if this is a convolution sum expression where yn is equal to summation k from minus infinity to plus infinity xk into h of n minus k, we observed that for n which is less than minus 2, this product is equal to 0, therefore, yn will be equal to 0. Now, for n is equal to minus 2, the product exists at only k is equal to 0 and this expression becomes k is equal to 0 to 0. Now, further ahead, if I go on increasing the value of n, if you observe for n is equal to minus 1, we have to shift right this h of minus 2 minus k by one amount to the right side. If I shift, what is your observation? The product xk and h of minus 1 minus k will exist for the two samples from 0 to 1. And if you observe for k, n is equal to 0, here this is h of minus k, the product exists from 0 to 2 because these two overlap for the duration 0 to 2. So, other than this duration, either this h of minus k is 0 or this x of k is 0. So, for 3 onwards, h of minus k is 0 and for k which is less than 0, this x of k is 0. So, the product exists from 0 to 2 for n is equal to 0. So, what is your observation? In general, if I take here h of n minus k, how is the overlap? So, for minus 2, if you observe, it is overlaps from 0 to 0. For minus 1, it is the overlap is from 0 to 1. For 0, the overlap is from 0 to 2. Then for 1, that is for n which is greater than 0, we have to go on shifting right this h of minus k ahead to the right side, and when I shift it by one amount, then the overlap will be from 0 to 3 because this h of 1 minus k will be existing from minus infinity up to 3. So, this 2, the product will exist from 0 to 3 at that time. So, in general, for n, if you observe, if you shift this h of n minus h of minus k by an amount of n to the right side, then how this overlap exists? If you observe, then the overlap will exist up to 0 to n plus 2. So, for 1 it is 0 to 3, for 2 it is 0 to 4. So, in general for n it is from existing from 0 to n plus 2. So, see here, when I substitute here n is equal to 3, at that time this will be existing from 0 to 5. If n is equal to 4, then it is existing from 0 to 6 likewise. So, for any value further ahead, if you go on shifting it to the right side, you will always observe that product will exist from 0 to n plus 2, whether n is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or anything up to infinity value. Because these both are infinite duration signal, we go on shifting this h of n minus k to the right side, we multiply this to x of k and h of n minus k and evaluate this multiplication and add the samples of the product signal. So, as per this convolution sum expression, therefore, the yn is equal to summation k varying from 0 to n plus 2, because this product exists from 0 to n plus 2. So, the two signals overlap from 0 to n plus 2, x of k into h of n minus k. Now, if you observe here, what is the amplitude of xk? Amplitude of xk is 1 and that of h of n minus k is also equal to 1. If I substitute these amplitudes in this expression, then yn is equal to summation k from 0 to n plus 2, 1 into 1. Now, what is the value of this summation? So, 0 to n plus 2 times you add in 1 plus 1 plus 1. How many times you add? N plus 2 plus 1 times you add this value of 1. So, 1 to n plus 2, that is n plus 2 times and this 0 time. So, overall you add this one n plus 3 times, therefore, yn is equal to n plus 3. This is for n which is greater than or equal to minus 2 and yn is equal to 0 for n which is less than minus 2. I can also write this yn in terms of a unit step function as yn is equal to n plus 3 into u of n plus 2. U of n plus 2 represents that this exists from n is equal to minus 2 onwards up to infinity with amplitude n plus 3. Now, let us observe this another example where h of n is replaced with 3 by 4 raised to n un exponential signal and xn is still u of n. So, this is an exponential where it is a decaying exponential and is existing from 0 to infinity. Now, if I observe what is the left end and what is the right end. So, what are your observation, your observations, what is the left end of yn and the right end of yn. So, the left end of yn and the right end of yns are, left end is is 0 and the right end is infinity, because the left end of xn and hn both is 0, therefore, the left end of yn is also 0 and the right end of yn is infinity, because both of these are infinite. Okay. Now, change this variable n to k and resketch this xn as xk and this hn as hk and the reflect hn about the origin and sketch h of minus k. So, this is h of minus k and that is xk. Now, for n less than 0, if you observe, there will be no overlapping between this xk and h of n minus k. If I shift left this h of minus k even by one amount, then these two will not overlap. The xk and the shifted h of minus k will not overlap and the product will be equal to 0. So, the yn we are starting with 0 and you observe here for 0 this product exists for 0. For n less than 0 we observe that we shift left h of minus k, then there will be no overlap between xk and h of n minus k, therefore, the product xk into h of n minus k is 0 and therefore, yn also will be equal to 0 for n less than 0. Now, for n is equal to 0, the product exists at only k is equal to 0. So, yn is equal to summation k from 0 to 0 xk into h of minus k. For n which is greater than 0, we have to shift right h of minus k and obtain h of n minus k by shifting h of minus k to right side by an amount of n. So, if I go on shifting it to the right side, so for one amount if you shift, it will, the product will be existing from, so one amount if you shift, this will be existing, the right end of this h of n minus k will be up to 1 if you are shifting it twice, the right end will be 2. If you shift it thrice, the right end will be 3. If in n times if you shift this side, the right end will be n. So, in general, if I shift this to the right side n times, it will be up to n. And you observe always that if you go on shifting it to the right side, multiply this to xk and h of n minus k, and you observe that the product always exists, the product's left end is always 0 and the right end is always this value. So, the product's duration will be 0 to n. So, we write yn is equal to summation k varying from 0 to n xk into h of n minus k. So, n times if you shift this h of minus k towards the right side, you observe that this h of n minus k exists up to n and the product exists for the duration 0 to n. So, this 0 to n. Now, if you observe the amplitude of xk is 1 and that of h of n minus k is 3 by 4 raised to n minus k. So, substituting that values in the convolution sum expression, we will get it as yn is equal to summation k from 0 to n 1 into 3 by 4 raised to n minus k. Now, splitting this 3 by 4 raised to n minus k, 3 by 4 raised to n is not a variable of k and the summation is varying with respect to k. So, we shall take 3 by 4 raised to n outside and writing it as 3 by 4 raised to n summation k from 0 to n 3 by 4 raised to minus k. Now, what is the closed form of expression of this sum expression or the value of this summation? How to evaluate this summation? This is the lower end, this is the upper end of this summation. So, the value of this summation, what is the value of this summation? So, let me rewrite this as 4 by 3 raised to k, 3 by 4 raised to minus k I have. So, let me write this as 4 by 3 raised to k. So, it will be easier to write this closed form of expression. So, the closed form of expression is 1 minus 4 by 3 raised to n plus 1 divided by 1 minus 4 by 3. So, you will observe here that in the denominator you will get this as minus 1 by 3 and then instead of making this as minus 3 I will write this as plus 3 and inside bracket we will rearrange it as 4 by 3 raised to n plus 1 minus 1. So, if you wish you can multiply inside with 3 by 4 raised to n to this bracket. So, you observe that here so yn is equal to 0 for n less than 0 and is 3 by 4 raised to n into 3 and inside the bracket 4 by 3 raised to n plus 1 minus 1 for n greater than or equal to 0. Even if you observe here this you can write it as 3 raised to n plus 1 and inside the bracket you can multiply with 3 raised to n plus 1. So, that 1 by 4 you will remain with and this will become 4 raised to n plus 1 minus 3 raised to n plus 1. That can also be a proper evaluation of this summation expression. And always you can also evaluate in this way. So, it is your wish how you evaluate this bracket. So, instead of you can multiply inside with the whole 3 by 4 raised to n inside the bracket. So, that here you will remain with 4 by 3 and this is minus 3 by 4 raised to n. Now, since this is n greater than or equal to 0, this exists yn, that we can replace it with un and write yn in terms of a unit step signal. So, this is an exercise for you for obtain the yn if hn is replaced with a raised to n un. Assume that a is less than 1 and xn is un and write the convolution between this hn and yn, hn and xn to obtain yn.